That is a preseason in the books. The Chiefs are done. They know what they need to know. They're going to have a lot of decisions to make. But right now, the Chiefs are beating, as we're looking to wrap up this game, the Chicago Bears in the final preseason game. Very, very strange, but it's on. Thanks for joining us. This is RGR Football. This is Dan Harms. I'm Ryan Tracy. Nice to see you all. Dan, we made it. Another preseason done. I'm ready.
I think we're all ready, right? This was one, it was more energetic. Obviously, you're at home, everyone gets fired up. The first team's out there for 3 drives, and that's just kind of how it should go. You should get more juiced up. The first team offense, team defense should be able to give you more of that. So it definitely felt far more like the real ramp up to the season. So
Mhm.
it was fun to watch that. You see lots of guys get some run with the ones that are trying to pretty much audition for more playing time this year. So yeah, it was a good game to watch some of those guys. Obviously, there were some things that got loose there after the Chiefs went up big, and it was just like, whatever, we don't care.
Yeah, I mean, give it to those guys like Glendon Miller and especially the defenders that have not had much playing time this
Yeah.
preseason, that just were like holding on for dear life. Chiefs are going to win it, but not that that matters. But there were still a couple of players that stood out even late into the fourth quarter. We'll get to those. This is the post-game show, folks. Welcome to the breakdown. Thanks for joining us. Like, sub, hit the bell. If you know us, we're going to treat this kind of like we do normal things. We're going to be here for a bit. We're going to run down our thoughts and notes. We'll take some of your questions. Can't guarantee we're going to answer them all. I am going to be live over on Locked On Chiefs later tonight as well. You can find Dan at Bleacher Report. Do not miss his draft work. We have a ton going on here and at NFL 33, where I'm about to drop my first preseason takeaways on trades and franchises and crap you need to know. Even if you're just a Chiefs fan, I'll have a couple of nuggets in there for you too. So check that out as well. Big takeaway for me tonight. Offensive line looked like they knew what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
Bit of a departure, right? So, like, I was very, very pleased with the pacing, the physicality of the offensive line, their ability to get off the ball and push down. Now, this is a Bears front that I don't think was the most formidable, but from what I saw, I was pretty happy. How did you feel about it?
Everything looked good, not just the run game. They were pass protection was good. Patrick ran himself into pressure a couple of times because he's not used to that. He's used to, like, if you see a little bit of penetration, it's oh, someone's coming for me. Not, oh no, that's an offensive lineman still in my way. I'm okay. I don't have to go around and do some of this. So I mean, Kingsley played well. I think Simmons played very well. Honestly, Trey Smith trying to decleat a couple of guys, take their heads off. This was a game that had everything for, at least for the starting offensive line. And honestly, if we're going to see that the majority of the time, Patrick Mahomes is going to have one hell of a season, and the run game might actually get something going. Also, I made note because it was something that caught my eye. The Chiefs do this, and it's very centric to their offense when they have ideologies. It's not just for the first team to go out there and do it, it's the second team, it's the third team, the quarterbacks throwing down the field, hitting the seams. But also, there were times where we saw what was quote unquote pony personnel, 2 guys in the backfield, but it was a wide receiver and a running back, and they motioned them to a bunch formation multiple times with the first team. That makes those linebackers have to now, okay, do I need to go out to the bunch here? Can I create space over the middle of the field? They were able to access different parts of the field where you still have Tyquan Thornton going deep. But if you motion this guy from left to right, now you cause some communication problems with the second level of the defense. So that is something to be looking for the Chiefs to do more. Andy Reid always gives you something a little bit more this every single year. I think this is the one year. This is the one for this year.
And for those of you that have heard us talk before, I always talk about breaking the defense's rules. And that particular shift, cross-formational shifts, are exactly what that does. You are trying to get them confused. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that, though, because we've been asking for 2 running back formations for, I don't know, 4 years. We get the diamond thing every now and then, the full backfield, which I love, but, it's just not enough. So if we could get a little bit more of that, I think whether it is a true wide receiver lined up in there or not, it really doesn't matter because the rules are still the rules. And I think that you're absolutely right. We should see more of that. It is a good tool to use in this coming season. Now, I thought Pat was pretty deliberate. I thought he got the ball out pretty well. I didn't feel like he hung too unnecessarily long in here. And I do want to put out I put it on social media on X. The initial first half grades for the starters. Now, you guys know how I feel about PFF grades. Somebody even commented like, "Holy crap, I actually posted PFF grades." But I want to point it out because by my count, the touchdown Kingsley got beat inside on a
Yep.
hard inside crash. I think that was a little bit of miscommunication with Creed as well. It looked like there was a little bit there. There was also another play where he had to hook a guy and he should have got a holding penalty called. So by my account, 2 plays that Kingsley still has to work on. But I felt overall he got his groove going. I'm not saying he's completed or he's got it all figured out, but this was a stepping stone for me to the regular season. Did you feel the same?
I think what we saw today was he was attacking more with his hands, which is what he needs to do specifically because if you're going to be trying to move with defensive linemen, with guys that are trying to cut across your face, if you hand right here first, then you allow your feet to move with you. If you're a little bit late or if you're lunging, like you see sometimes with him, you're going to get beat in different areas. So I thought today he was far more conscientious of the fact that if he starts to jab and attack with his hands, he can move left, he can move right, and actually keep with the guy that's there. So run blocking, again, has never really been an issue for me. He's a little aggressive with his run blocks, which can lead to overextension. But that again, with that's I'm okay with that. You can fix that. It's been the pass protection, but today they did help him a little bit more. I think with Creed kind of shading to his side every now and then. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, I thought he was far more confident in this game.
I agree, and I'm looking for that. That's what I'd like to see. Guys that stood out to me, and guys, we see your questions. We're going to get to some of them here. Nick, Andrew, thank you for your support. I'll get to you momentarily. I just wanted to point out a couple of other things that I thought was important. It was the distribution of reps with Tanyan out there with Gray and Kels, like that trio. It's done. It's over. That's what's happening. I thought Wiley actually put up a couple of good reps. But I think if they carry forward, it's because they don't want to lose Wiley. I think Brittany Stool is a shoe-in for a quick IR or just trying to squeak to the practice squad. I don't know if he'll make it. I don't think Wiley would make it, though. I thought he showed enough. How do you feel about how many tight ends they need to carry?
I think they're still going to want to carry 4. Like that's ideally what they want to do. And if you do if you do have to IR Brenning Stool, I mean, like, he was UDFA. Let's not forget he was UDFA, a guy that was not drafted, and he has not played at all this preseason. He hasn't even been practicing really, except for one day this past week. So, I mean, they might risk it. I don't know if you want to, specifically because of that he was kind of more of a priority UDFA for them. So, I would hope if that's the way they want to treat him, put him on IR. And again, I still feel that Jared Wiley is fine. But at the end of the day, I think that today was a good showing for him. His routes are still very slow and take a long time to develop. But I think he did a good job when the ball came his way in his hands and then finding space. You see that little sink of the hips and try to rotate back around into space was nice to see from him too. I still think him keep 4, so I still think at this point, seeing as how he's playing, he's going to make the roster.
Yeah, I agree. Nice to see you, Doctor. Hope you're doing well. Everybody, I am seeing your questions. We'll get to them here a little bit. I think it's absolutely set at this point. The wide receiver group will include both Tyquan Thornton and Nico Remigio, and it's in that order. Jason Brownlee will not make it onto this roster. It's over, and I can't blame it all on him. Playing with Oludokun, I don't know how many reps he's been getting with him lately, so maybe there's a little bit there, but he certainly didn't put that extra step forward. So I think that's a done deal. I think they have a chance of getting him back on the practice squad. I don't know if that one touchdown catch early in the preseason is going to get enough to get him taken. I want to say that he should be – is he still vulnerable to waivers? Does he have to be claimed?
Yeah, he's still young. I think this is his second or third year in the league.
Okay, I thought he had 3 or 4 accrued seasons, so I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him. That's the bottom line. But I do think Holiday should be back. Delano should be back. Yeah. If not, Brownlee. So I feel pretty good about that. No Hollywood tonight, folks, and that's okay. I know I was actually looking forward to seeing him. I thought they might want to get him a little bit, but that tells me that he's doing enough in practice that they ain't too worried about it. So it doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, you want to keep him healthy as best you can. And we already have a pretty irritating relationship with preseason and Hollywood Brown. So keep him away from the field regardless of where it is, and then let him work into it. You don't have to overwork him either. And Jalen Royals was held back today, more of probably a precautionary thing as well with some of the injury stuff on him, but just trying to make sure everyone is ready for the regular season opener in 2 weeks. And I think that's really more what this was.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nick, thank you, pal. Good to see you, and thanks for the support. Happy end of preseason. Yes, it's a good night
Yeah.
whenever that does. Ashton and Fulton looked great to me. Hopefully, they can carry this forward. Do you guys still think an RB trade is still in the cards? They ended up getting the Niners getting Robinson for a sixth. I was a little bit surprised by how low that was. Looks like the Commanders even ate $1 million of his salary too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like that might have been there for the doing if the Chiefs had really wanted to. It makes me think another trade for an RB is probably not there. What do you think?
I just think that he's not the style of running back they're looking for this rotation. I think they want to have a couple of different explosive guys. They wanted Elijah Mitchell to be that guy. He is not that guy. He's just, I don't think he's going to make the roster. And again, that was part of how I felt about this when they drafted Brashard Smith. And I'm not saying that it's a shoe-in. Like, I don't know for sure. It just feels like they want to get him involved in the offense. It was very
Agreed.
obvious when you're running him down seams, and Patrick very nearly hit him on the first one, and then they did hit him on the second one on that angle route. It's obvious they want him involved. And again, if you can put him in the backfield, motion him from left to right while keeping Kareem Hunt or Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield, now you have something to really kind of focus on. So Elijah Mitchell does not give you that. So I think that if you do end up cutting him, there still possibly can be a trade for them, because I think that they want a different type of running back. I don't think that they're looking for a Brian Robinson, who's, let's be honest, still a less explosive, more of a vision-based, footwork-based player, which is nice to have, but Kareem Hunt is filling that void for them.
Yeah, and that's fair. I do think an acquisition can be made on cutdowns. And my
Yeah.
personal goal right now really pissed me off about 20 minutes ago when Donovan Edwards actually punched one in, because he's supposedly on the bubble and they're going to let him go at least maybe until tonight. I don't know. But I would like to see his speed as a backup to Smith. And I think he's a guy that can run harder through contact if they needed him to. What do you think?
Yeah, and I mean, I think before last year, Donovan Edwards was very good at Michigan. I'm not entirely sure what happened, whether it was scheme or just him not having a good year, but we saw what ended up happening, and it just wasn't very good at Michigan. He got and essentially beat out by Khalil Mullings, who was a former linebacker turned running back, which is now the second time that Michigan has done that with linebackers, and it's interestingly enough works out for them, at least in Michigan, not necessarily for the NFL, but a guy who's a very good route runner as well, a good pass catcher, has that speed too. Maybe he put on too much weight. I don't know, but he's like an Isaiah Pacheco in the sense that his vision isn't necessarily great. However, he's a far better receiver, a more natural receiver than him out of the backfield. So that would be a good tandem, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And to Nick's other question, I thought Ashton was perfectly good, you could even say dominant at times against twos. I thought Fulton was the same. You saw him making plays there. I thought Ashton still isn't disengaging. Like especially he had a really nice bull rush where he got
Mhm.
up under the guy's pads, had him on his heels, but the running back flew right past him because he didn't get a good enough separation and look. He's still got to learn that. It's a work in progress. He'll be fine. Fulton looked rusty to me against the ones. He came on a little bit later, but I feel like he's bringing some tenacity. When he got pissed off about getting that call, and then he went and broke that wide receiver screen, it's like, okay, yeah, he's got it in there. He's just trying to work through some of this rust.
Yeah, he's got to have to get his feet under him, right? Like, he hasn't played almost at all for the Chiefs this time, but you see the vision, right? He made a couple of big hits and he was able to see things happening. That's what they want. They want him on the field, because when he's there and he's ready to go, um, Nathan, that's kind of, you seem to be a little bit of a downer here on Fulton. I don't think he looked horrible. I think that he was just up and down. He made like 5 plays, like 5 really good plays, and he had a couple of bad ones too. But he doesn't have his sea legs under him yet. This is very similar to what Jalen Watson went through at the end of last year, where that final preseason game, it looked like he was just dog tired. And Fulton was dog tired. Like, he was exhausted. He
Yeah,
hasn't done all this yet. So he came into the season, Watson last year, and he played very, very well. I think that Fulton is going to be just fine. And again, when you see the plays that he is making, with just the mental side. It's not necessarily all of being able to keep up with a Rome Odunze or a DJ Moore. It's about seeing what's happening on the field and reacting to it. And when you're able to do that, I think everything else kind of works itself out.
Yeah, yeah. And he got the better of Dunze for a little bit. So kudos for all you fantasy players. Well, I being one of them that have a Dunze on your roster. I did see a little bit of spark from him too. So that was a
Yeah.
positive. Let's hope that catches on. Let's see that fire grow a little bit. Info. Pole ended up only playing 13 snaps as a whole. My personal feeling is that they buried him on purpose. I was once again not impressed with Wanye at all. So at this point, I thought Moore was up and down. I expected more, to tell you the truth. More from Moore. Okay, that was bad, but I think they were hiding Pole because I think they want to get him onto the practice squad.
Yeah, you're not. I don't think you're wrong about that. And they're trying. Unfortunately, I think he played too much in the preseason to sneak him out of the practice squad. I don't think that they can. I think that if you want to sneak someone, it's Wanya Morris. Personally, I don't think anyone's picking up Wanya Morris. He's just not been very good to get to that point. So I think they might have to cut Wanya Morris, which again, I'm fine with, to keep Pole on the roster.
Yeah, and I would be good with that scenario as well. So we will see what happens. Andrew, thanks for the support, pal. Which position group is of concern improved the most? Well, it's not the greatest offensive line. Joe Twiney wasn't playing tonight. So the fact that Jerry Tillery was getting some pressure doesn't really give you an honest look at it. But at least they showed up. They showed some bounce back. And I know Chris Jones at one point was speaking about the trip and all that. And Brett Veach was making excuses because they had to go west twice. And that's all well and good. Come on, guys. You didn't show up in Seattle. That's the bottom damn line. Okay. This time they showed up. I feel better.
Yeah. And again, starters weren't playing last week. There was no real morale for that football game. It was a preseason game. Don't make excuses. Just know that we watched. We all watched the game. You guys got the shit kicked out of you, and it's okay. It's a preseason game. You can say, you know what? We didn't show up to the game. It happens in every level of football. You're going to get your shit kicked in every now and then. It happened in a preseason game, and they came out today like, you know what? That didn't feel very good. So let's go ahead and give the fans something to watch. But in terms of the concern about some positions that maybe got lost, maybe a little bit today, I think overall the concern over Jaden Hicks was far overblown. We saw Jaden Hicks everywhere today, everywhere, and this is what I was talking about, where you see in the first two preseason games, he's playing deep into the third, even in the fourth quarter. They are trying him out everywhere. They're trying him out everywhere. In this game, you saw, hey, you see Colson Loveland, who was a tight end, a really good route runner. Hey, go run after him. You see this play right here, go blitz Caleb Williams. Just do what you're very good at. And it's stay in the box, it's track down tight ends, and it's go hit people. That's what he did. And he was fantastic today.
Yeah, I thought it worked really well. Overall, I think the offense is hot. I think they're ready to go. And kudos to Andy Reid for flipping it on its ear, something that I would have been concerned about. And when Pat scrambled, a Chiefs, I'll do the play-by-play. I prefer to do color, but I'll do the play-by-play so I don't have to listen to Ari again, okay? It made us all nervous, absolutely. But I don't need you yelling at him to get down from the stands as though you have a mic in his ear. But Patrick pushed it too far. That's one of the things that like makes me cringe and why I would not play guys this much. But it certainly worked because as a unit, that offense was humming, and I think they know where they're going. They were playing against an actual defense. I won't say the Bears are the greatest, but their ones were out there. It was working. I thought the play of the day was Thornton, and I thought the probably the guy that got the most out of that was Patrick Mahomes, because now you know he can continue to push, and this is going to be this game this year.
That's what we wanted to see. They have to continue to do it. And I'm still thinking about what he said in the Kingdom, the documentary about how they put too much into the game plan of the Super Bowl. And once they went back to the simplistic, just throw the football to the open guy who just so happened to be Xavier Worthy every damn play, it was too late. This is going to be a throwback to, we can't always be the most complicated offense. Sometimes we're going to have a guy running a go route. He's just going to be open. So we're going to throw it to the open guy. And I think that this is going to go top down when you start getting more explosive plays. The offensive line is going to play better because, one, you're going to be able to run the ball a little bit better. You're going to have more confidence. All of this should trickle down. You remember, guys, the whole trickle down economics? Well, this is trickle down offense, and it's starring Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid.
Oh, I'm going to steal that. I wish I had that this morning. I was on ESPN Chicago radio at lunch, folks, and I kind of warned everybody that, hey, they're going to try a few things out on you. I didn't think they were going to try that, but they've certainly proven their theory now that, yes, they can still go downtown. They still have what they need. Mahomes is Mahomes. I think he looks better now than he did at times late in the season last year, to tell you the truth. And it's all a factor of having protection that at least he can move around with. Even if he's not escaping the pocket, moving within it, that's fine. That's an upgrade. And now he has targets that I think he's willing to go try to trust. The fact that they threw another back shoulder ball in the end zone made me smile. I'm sure you were happy for it. I just didn't expect it. How shocked were you?
I have been asking for this since the Chris Conley days, guys. This has been exactly what I've been asking for. And what you need to remember is that Andy Reid loves change and hates change. He loves his change and he hates doing things that worked well in the past. I am not here to say that they should do fades in the red zone every single game. That's not what I'm saying, because red zone fades typically don't work. However, if we're going to see one-on-one opportunities with guys that want to stay on top of receivers, back shoulder throws are there all day long. They're there all day long. If you can get guys like Rashee Rice, who, I don't know, did this in college, every single game,
over.
just throw him the football and you'll find some things work out. Maybe if you have Robert Tonyan out there in the red zone and you see him one-on-one, throw a back shoulder to him. This is not something that's going to go away. And as soon as you start to hit, more of those, guess what? We're going to have a little bit of a fake fade slant, and then it's over.
I'm glad that you bring up Tony, because I had an idea tonight. And folks, if you want to get any of the gear, including the spanking lid, you can get the RGR shield up there in the store, as well as Rogue Nation. I'm trying to pimp these out a little bit because everybody keeps asking me, like, where you get those. I'm like, I have a damn store. Go buy the damn thing. Sorry. But there was one play, and it turned into a medium in right off of the hash mark. But there is a thing where you have Travis Kelce and Tonyan on the field together. No offense to Noah, he can't run this. He doesn't have the foot speed. But there is a possibility where we get not 4 verts, but 5 verts with Kelce and Tonyan and the receivers. Defenders should be scared at this point, and I could see that one coming. I think if that starts to happen here, Caleb, you could see this in the running. I can't say it's going to be a number one offense, but Mahomes will be in the running if that starts to come together.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Zach, this is for Dan. We're very happy Avery is in good shape.
I'm not going to overblow it. If you guys saw it on Twitter, I appreciate the well wishes. Everything's okay. We're doing well. She's fine, and there is no injury. Nothing wrong. She's fine. She's good to go. She's been running around today, causing hell, playing Uno. Everything's good.
We may see her yet. Okay, cool. Jacob, thank you, and thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. Justin Simmons as security for at safety. I don't think so at this point. People keep asking me why I think that he said he would come play here. Okay, that's fine. You've also said other things in the past that I don't think you're ever going to come play here. That's just the way I feel, but that's fine. But I don't know that they're ready to pull the trigger on that. I think they could have had that if they felt so. I didn't see Mike Edwards play tonight. Did you?
I didn't. He got injured last week.
Oh, so. Okay. I totally missed that for some reason. Totally blanked. I was like, where is he, or is he buried? Okay, so fair enough. Defense, I would like to see a D lineman, DN, DT addition. I don't know who, though, yet. And I don't think we will until cut downs. I think some of those have gone. I did a little piece for you members. You can have my blatant idea about Christian Wilkins and what it is and isn't right now in the members group, you just got to be a rookie or above. So if you are somebody that, Minotaur gave you a free membership and you're down at the draft pick level, just jump up to the rookies. You can go check it out and you can go from there. But that could be something in the future. Would you gents like to see Travis Etienne in this backfield? I would not be adverse to it. I got to see how it works. Simmons looks solid at left tackle. What do you think of Etienne? Thank you, Jacob.
He'd have to be willing to not be the guy, to not get the most touches, especially right now this year. He would have to work in that, and again that would work with what they want with the Pacheco and Hunt as your like hammers, and Travis Etienne and Brashard Smith as your faster, speedier, twitchy guys. So I got no problems with that. It's not going to cost very much. They drafted multiple running backs this year with with the Jaguars, so it wouldn't be a big problem for me if they did that. I would like to see what it looks like though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. It can't hurt. That's for damn sure. So take the money and run. Hate to rain on the parade, but backup line remains an issue. It does. I was interested to see that Cam was out there very, very early with the ones.
Yeah.
Bossa got out there as well. I know Bossa is just a wheel, but you saw what he can do on that one play that he tracked through the backfield to go make that tackle from the weak side will. Like, that's what he can be. He doesn't need to be a middle linebacker in the NFL. I know he was a middle and he called the defense in college. He doesn't have to do that. He just needs to be on the field to use the athleticism that they don't have otherwise. I thought Leo looked great. I still don't understand. There's a trust factor with Jack Cochran that I don't get, but that's fine. My real question is, I think Cooper McDonald is a good developmental prospect. I don't think he's ready to play in the NFL. I would still take Bossa and Jones over him. Where do you stand?
That's exactly where I'm at too. I would love to see what he does next year. I think he is a year away from being someone that you could say, okay, I think we're okay. If someone gets hurt and you have to go out there, I feel pretty comfortable about that. Right now, like you said, it's just he flashes and then he's gone. And then he's gone.
Yeah.
So
I like it. I'm totally with you. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, and thanks for the support. Do you think this guy has any production with the 49ers? I know he was a miss for us, but with all the issues the Niners have, does the offense, does he shine with them? I don't know if he'll shine. My personal feel is that Pearsall's going to be the meat and potatoes. You're going to get some big plays from Jennings. I actually feel like because of his size and his armor, I think Kyle Shanahan might try to do some of the things Devo used to do with Sky Moore. I don't know if it'll work, but that's how I feel about it.
I also feel like they're just going to line him up in the slot all day long. They're going to run him through the Rashee Rice route, where this is what you're going to do. I think he has an opportunity. This is going to be, again, he's had multiple with the Chiefs. So let's not forget, he had many opportunities. He dropped a lot of them. Yeah. This is a new place. It's a different offense. It's a run-first offense. So he's not the second-round pick anymore. He is the castaway. He is trying to earn a role in a new place with a new team with a new quarterback. So I think that he has an opportunity to be able to play and make the most of his opportunity, because there's nobody else really in San Francisco that can play right now. So he's got to get there early. He's got to do what he's been doing, putting in the work. We haven't seen any of the results, but hopefully they come for him. I never want to see this kind of stuff happen.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Nikki. We talked about Kinsey a little bit earlier. I think we both felt like he did pretty good. Now, perfect. Does have some things to clean up, especially hard inside crashes that he's going to have to get a little bit quicker at identifying. Everything moves quicker in at guard. So he's definitely making progress in my mind. And I think Dan agrees as well. So, Jacob, I wanted to see Thornton last year. You and me both, pal. I knew he would be a good ad. And I'm glad to see that it's worked out that way. And what we saw tonight is what he can do right now for this offense. I think it will grow into more, though, Dan. I know he's not a very good lateral athlete, but especially those things they used to do with Sammy, where it was either hard slants or those long crossers. I think that's in his future. I think he's shown that he can threaten the defense in a way that helps the offense as a whole.
I just want to see deep developing routes, deep digs, go down the field, get some post routes. That's all I want to see Tyquan Thornton do. If I see a wide receiver screen to Tyquan Thornton, I'll pull my hair out.
Yeah, that will be bad. And hey, I'm not ready for that either. Rob, welcome back. It's nice to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Ken, Trey Smith earned his payday with that double pancake on Mahomes scramble play. I agree. I mean, if you can get 2 in one play, and he was very calm about it when he was interviewed on the sideline, so good for him. And Ken, you're going to see more of that. He and Creed are just going to take it to the next level now.
Dude, our guy just sat down at IHOP and started pounding pancakes. Like it was just like he was ready to go, man.
Yep.
And you know, for everything that for all the reservations that I have about Trey Smith as a player, you will never see me back talk what he is to this football team. A true bouncer. That is a player every single offensive line team wants to have.
Yeah, I am totally with you. A couple more here, and then I'm going to get ready to go live on Locked On Chiefs as the pressers are starting to wrap up. At least that's what I'm getting texted. So thank you, Ken. Appreciate your support, pal. Chess Master, could AG bump inside if needed? He looks thick and seems to be improving. P.S. Glad to hear Avery is okay. Yes, we all are. And yes, Ashton can go inside. It's going to take him a little bit. He did it in college just fine. And rushing against NFL guards is a little bit different. And I think he still has to speed up his handwork. That's the big thing for me.
I think I want to just see him kind of slash. I don't necessarily want to see him go in down. I want to see him slash. So we saw a look where they had a linebacker go to his right and overhang a little bit. And then that allows him to attack inside and be more of a slasher. That's where he's going to win if he's going inside. If he's going one-on-one with a guard, he's not winning that fight. He doesn't have that power. It's not his game. I do think he can beat them with quickness though.
And I have seen improvement this preseason so far. He's not going to have a huge impact in the first quarter of the season, but I think it'll come on. Brian, thank you. Appreciate you. I know Andy loves a fullback, but what are the chances Steele makes it? It's thin. I don't feel like tonight was really representative of how they feel about him, other than they had to give Mitchell a chance to show something, and they wanted to get Smith in the offense early. I think he's still right down on the bubble of whether they keep a fullback or not. I think they're happy with what he is as a fullback, is my thought.
I agree with that. I feel like last week we thought he was almost guaranteed on the roster, right? Like we thought like he was getting the work, and he does a good job of hiding his hand, and you don't really see everything. I think this was as close to what the actual 53 looks like in terms of reps, how it played out, who was where. I thought this was very close to that, and it's very much he is on the bubble. And I don't think either he or Elijah Mitchell did enough to say, hey, we deserve a final spot there. If you're going to look to have to maybe keep 7 wide receivers, the decision's very, very obvious to me. It's not a running back.
And I want him back. We all know that. I think you can get him back. I don't think you'll lose him on waivers. I don't think there's enough need for a fullback around the lead. So I'd rather be the outlier there. Brandon, thank you, buddy. The Dolphins look great. We were saying the same thing, and the defense had the ones looked better as well. So let's see what they bring next time. Thanks for the support, bud. Appreciate you. 2 quarterback questions, and we will call it a night. Doug, Fulton, I thought looked rusty, but he came around and he delivered. We talked about this a little bit before you were on, I think. Any other notes on Fulton?
Just again, he's got to get his feet under him. As soon as he does, I'm going to be pretty happy to see what he does, because the physicality is there. I think the football IQ is all there. It's just, all right, I'm a little behind here. I got to catch up there, and my feet just, I know where I have to go. I just can't always get there.
Yeah, I'm with you. And info, Kevin Knowles, not on my radar, but had that extra point block. Any chance he makes the practice squad? Absolutely. He is neck and neck with Josh Williams. He might have pushed Josh Williams over the edge tonight. I have been watching Knowles because I thought he had the potential. He's not there for the roster, but I do think he has and will be on the practice squad.
Yeah, that effort on special teams doesn't go unnoticed by anybody. And then, I mean, I think he was in decent position most of the time. You saw him be around the football, which again, for a guy and on a practice squad bubble, is what you're looking for. You want to see how they're positioning themselves, how they're attacking. I think he had a couple of good tackles. He missed one and then fell off of another one that was like, probably should make that tackle there. But again, I think that he was in position more often than Josh Williams has been over the past 2 weeks. And no offense, that's not good, Josh. It's not good.
And he took better angles, and he was more willing in run support than I've seen Josh Williams be. So overall, I think his game is better. So that's where we're at right now. Tonight, we'll have more for you later as we get close to Monday night Q&A, as we always do, because it's almost season time. Now, cut downs are going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to do something a little bit weird on Tuesday. Don't be concerned. It's going to be fine. But it should be entertaining as well. If we can give you something over the weekend, if anything does happen and there's a cut, I'll jump on and we'll go from there. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you Monday night for Q&A and the games in 2 weeks from tonight. I'm ready for it, Dan.
Me too, guys. We're all here. We're here now. This preseason's over. It's done. Take it, throw it away. We got regular season football next time that they play. This is what it's all about. It's all in the past now. Watch the kingdom. Don't watch the kingdom. I'm going to finish it before the regular season. Let myself feel all that emotion. And then I'm going to watch the Chiefs offense from this game and get myself fired up, because that's exactly what it should look like in the regular season.
I have 2 long trips coming up with the kids here, so I'm going to be watching on the plane. I'm gonna try to ingest it on one weekend, and we'll see how it goes, because I haven't seen a single frame of it yet. So that's the way it's going to go. Have a great night, folks. I'll be live over on Locked On Chiefs later. Check out Dan over on Bleacher Report, and we will see you soon.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.